Recently, Nigerians say like complain. They say Ghanaians unfair omodan and high omodan money. But so we show more. Obibeka say, oh, we are all Africans. We are all blacks. We are trying to unite Africa. So why this kind of hostility against Nigerians? Because though there are a whole lot of other nationals here, but so far Nigerians are the only ones complaining about rent issues and all that. Do you think such thing is truly going on? And say like why would Ghanaians all of a sudden decide to behave that way?
Okay, when that was in a similar website and a question website. I'm say Rush, I drew a biana, yet the to form kakra, fidin tintan ye koso ye huni yakobia wo nkrafo fro so eno na ye yeso ye hwe na ye de boye bra na say ye de etu anamo na ye ba ya fam ha say ya mun say ekuro bi a ye fe ho easily say no onwa ye nhihye ya to say wo yesa arata ni pa so mo benya dan de e de ene omo ankofo no kra pi abesu denti ana amasi say sa ohaw na kom so na efe de wo mo esu na omo ebrem omo nkrofo say sese mama ye nya dan ni amasi say abaga na amasa adwumade we no so ama Ghana fo no mfa dan ne ma wo mo han no so say because ono obeji dan no a opese o tua say bia mfa so o tua 10 cedis for one room a odi nipa be edu na ba be gudan no ombe yusu nsuo wo ho ombe yusu electricity so ansa na no na chikra no bola ne normal nso omo ebesen aye ofie ho no imagine say cost no be say so ansa na eno tonche a emu ntokwa say utie na na oba ya yomochi ni a na ode nkofo free omkrom bebo ahyewe ya amche say obo omo ti say you know abrebia na say ntokwa ni dede ni how wo fie ho asomdue ni fie ho so enti wenim nyina kan bi ana mefie hu afo no say no say me ko maybe station kwane bra ne sansensem ne house ha betra me fie da asomdue ni ho de de na me de ana Ghana fo so mpe dede sa yenye variant say de ya na almost etie no ite de na me pema asomdue na me se me de dan kwa akoma obi a obetiatia me fa obi so enti sa na de netie.
Okay. Madam Angie, and Mr. Peter, member Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter, but what do you have to say about rent issues?
Okay, Rush, me da say rent issues no. The woman no em say Ghana for no do na amfa rent ama o ma no kra be boa. Am ba no mo ba ho. Omo tupu ba ho no mo twa so because after all mba e dey no mo do na krono ani awudi sem no mo e. Eni nsem aye kan ya. Nti to me no me menya o mo se ni papa kakra wo mu. Na mo no say Ghana for no do na take decision say mfa dan han wo ma. Kese the person free ko mo no ko be free ho. Di ka be boa. Sa na me hu ne fa. Such as kabeboa pa because Ghana yenya Africa for but omusuba so na yeken disrespect, misbehavior, crimes, killings, all those things. Into you can in Aboma. I think it's one of the ways you bet me reduce you in the meantime. And they say a man from Fadama me to me no a good news. Such as and you can say kakra mo ye ne do na na enye. Nti omu ndom beka bia no monka. Ti say the oka say almost said that almost kwa ye almost for a ban burden of unemployment because already no almost a Ghana for into almost many people of keke almost quite employ until we don't need them. That's all I have. That's all. In here later for individually, when I meet a Nigerian is good. I'm also good towards that person. But generally, I don't need them in Ghana. It's one of the things if you say beboa akevo omo by omo ban. That's the way I see it.
Okay, Madam Angie.
Yeah.
So, with regards to this question,
Mm-hmm.
so if Ghanaians are deciding not to rent their houses to Nigerians, and yet a whole lot of Africans are preaching for one Africa, will it be achievable?
No, we don't need it. One Africa is not going to achieve for a rush. That's not going to work.
Oh, I'm coming, Madam Angie.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rush. You see, if Ghanaians have decided not to rent their houses for those people, they know the reason why they just don't want to do that. And I am not going to blame Ghanaians. It's not because I'm a Ghanaian, but because I know their behaviors, you know. Ordinary dime be money or ye aduane wie kura on clean ho. Okwaka a obedi natem. Obekọ akọ sister nkofo bebree e de aba begu ho. Already no omo mbu Ghana for. So what you say? Omo mbu enti no obetena wo fie enya wadwen se obe go down na ono no afa umra na eda fie ho no. Enti no I think say they've been doing this over and over again, and then Ghanaians have, known them for a long time. Say nkofo we omo mu ade obetena wo fie a onye fie ho ye obeye ho tantantan US ha krasa ukofa bi ba wo fie a obeye ho tantantan odidi wi a onim se ye wohoro ade mu dishes no anase ye clean gas so ho enti no omo behavior is na omo identify okrom ho no eno na magana fo aye den ada wo mo ho so ompa asem ompa ntokwa enti won fa ne dan enye den emma enti me mom de me hu any wrong thing about this. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Amagana. Hello, Amagana.
Yes.
Amagana. Yeah. Please, what do you think about the question about the Nigerians complaining about rent?
Ghanaians gave them the benefit of the doubt and also when they came in initially, they used to outpay Ghanaians, so that's how they got around that. They would give a lot of more money, because Ghanaians, almost like how South Africans, they know what they have to pay. So if you tell them an amount, they will refuse it. However, a foreigner is willing to outpay that. So that's how they got in. However, but when Ghanaians opened that door for them, they abused it. And that's why they are in the just a dilemma. Because I experienced it. So that's why I'm like, wow. So, and yes, it's a strange thing. People are just talking about it. There was, before I came, someone was renting a place into Obemuno, and they use Itron and wiliness. Just say they always try to outsmart. So whoever was supervising that place allowed them to get away of only paying for 2 months. Yeah, she had been in for about 18 months by the time I came on the scene. So when I came and I asked questions, I'm like, oh no, this cannot be, because she was giving all kinds of excuses. I said, no, it cannot be. Then within a month, you have to move. Just say, do you know that person rather took me to rent control? Because when I first came, I didn't know about this rent control. They took me. So do you think I'm going to allow myself to be? No. So I'm saying this all to say, they give you that personal experience, no? So you talk from experience. It's not like we are just spouting stories. This is my own personal experience. And she still owes 3,000 because when you go to rent control, they'll give you time. Before that time, when they move, you can't do anything because you are bound by what the rent control says. So what they do is, before that day is due, not with the car, you can't do anything because that if they go a week before, you have no right to stop them because rent control has said they have that whole month or whatever. So, and you don't know where they are from. So next time when you are coming, you bring about 10 references. I did that if I even consider you. So this is from personal experience. They have ruined it. So I don't know why they are complaining. And that's all I'll say.
Okay, Madam Hannah.
Yeah. One Africa can be achieved without Nigerians, but with them, there shouldn't be any of such. Yeah, when these Nigerians, when I like our brother Elia said in Italy, yes, I heard a lot of Nigerians in Italy made a video complaining about how it's difficult for them to get accommodation in Italy, and in other countries too. They are having such problems because when they come to your place, they don't want to pay rent. They don't want to pay rent. So,
Exactly.
and you can't just evict them from the house. These people will take you
No.
to court. You can't just evict them. They take them to court till the court. Yes, that's what they do. So now it has become very difficult for Nigerians to get a house in Europe and other places, unless maybe the landlord do not know much about Nigerians. That's how you get through it. So I saw one video of on the YouTube how this Nigerian successfully tapped into one tenant electricity. I don't know how he did it, but they later found out that this Nigerian had connected his line to one of the tenant's line. So his energy is eating into that
You mean
person's.
you mean it did illegal connection over
Yes,
there?
thank you. Thank you. Yes, illegal connection. So the other tenant was complaining how he will buy, he will recharge his what this how do you call it? How do you call it? He will recharge his
The
electricity, and then and it goes like a flash until they realize that that Nigerian has tapped into he has connected his line into that the tenant, and rather he was fighting them. He didn't accept his mistakes, but rather he was fighting them. You see, these
Wow.
people's behavior has contributed a lot that even in other countries they can't even enter banks. It was so difficult for a Nigerian to enter a bank in Dubai. In Poland, they can't enter. I mean, they have destroyed their name. One Ghanaian rented their house to a Nigerian, and this Nigerian ended up turning the place into a shrine. It's on the
Wow.
net. Yes, I saw it on the net. It's on YouTube. He turned it into a shrine. He broke the tiles in the room. He broke the tiles, removed the tiles, and built his statue there. He lifted the house very. He made the house very dirty, and the landlord arrested him. It's on the net. So it's not our fault. It's their fault. They have caused this. Even the Nigerians themselves in Nigeria are not renting their houses for their fellow Nigerians. One Nigerian was also complaining. He was also made a video complaining how Nigerians have refused to let out their homes to fellow Nigerians. So they have contributed this. They have contributed to this. Thank you.
Wow. All right. So Madam Vic.
Yeah,
Hello, Madam Vic.
yeah. The mechanism say a man no before I be rented down. Also, who only across it na wokrum ho. I was all day references so that. And it
Yeah.
will meet that criteria no. Na enu nti yem rent omo dan dia and the landlord no were right. So be sa. The mini animal be so aka say o musiba on the better them no. Me kra no me with too expensive but dem menka ba ko ntrem yi me nua ba ko. And we see me dan.
Okay.
Enya me ankasa. Me de me mom de me mfa me dan ma wo because me my attitude ni say Ghana ni nya de a me de be ma Ghana ni first and say me de wo mo mfa me lem because Ghana for be number Ghana we hear dan mo tintim Ghana ni ehia dan de bema Ghana ni na me nua ba ko na or we see that we see mo kama na obi ka say or so person renting for be 2 years Ghana for buy and I let any be found no be man huge dollar dan it's a good place to akra oh no je so no tu no kwan ko ye de oye na we no ho no ma na ni ne bisa se ni say eh be ma wa ma wo dan no wo nipa ode ne ma no so waton dan na ma no wo de akwa akogege nkra wo bi ko say free wo dan no document free dan no bi anim
Wow. That was Ghana.
yes ni ya no wo de woni munti o se ordinary area ho ka kire o mo say waton dan na ma no and or the document I check 1 or 2 people were quite fictitious document. And or did I can you or did be call bank. Na neighbors no cry the more many bars soon said they na your brother can or sweet diner or no the jam nipper back no so on in the bush for never time. You see, member no go no more 30. And tell no
Wow.
man neighbors yes, a man neighbors in any bar when I'm say but ye na tia 1 year and I don't know did come up into there almost size so much we put in trouble no. Ono ka chen se be ma wa ma wo dan no. Wo be ba no na asem a wonya no, wo kra wontumi ndeli nti odi mirika ko Ghana. Okọ ye no na okohu ye o hwehwem o tete ne bese no hwehwem no ho akola ne akwa no betesa na no ne no se da bi tu firi mi fia. Na so okọ si de osi gya dan ne ma no. Na obae na de waye mu no. Ono kra senka nye bone kra wo di fecha ko betu because edani mo e se basa. Nipa egum nti bibia wasisi kitchen toilet bibia sese o se basa. Enti eche na ne yaka nyense na wo da de koma obi a wodi sika se eche odi sa sika no kosiesi wo se enti ono waso eso mfa ne da bia mala tene enti ne eye o ma suban enye obi na aye
Wow.
enti me de me no enti Ghana for no kra ye mra ne kire se before adida me obi no wo so hwehwe na chi ansa se na chi na onya asema ye wa wasama enti me de that's it